Friends. Today we'll talk about COVID-19 and endothelium. So, what is endothelium? Endothelium is the inner cellular lining of the blood vessels. So, as you see in this diagram, outer layer is made of fibrous tissue, inner layer is made of muscular layer, and innermost is of endothelium. So, first of all, we will discuss the risk factor which increase mortality in COVID-19. One is coronary artery disease, heart failure, arrhythmias, COPD, old age. Now, as we see these risk factors, one thing common in these risk factors is endothelial dysfunction. So, presence of endothelial dysfunction leads to increased mortality in COVID-19. However, use of ACE inhibitors and ARBs are not associated with increased risk of mortality because these ACE inhibitors and ARBs improve endothelial function. So, as per reports, coronavirus disease it causes strokes in young people, and in some patient there is discoloration of skin and toes. Autopsy findings of COVID-19 patients who have died they show clots in liver, kidney, intestine, and lungs. Now, all these findings suggest that there is some evidence of clotting in blood vessels. Now, what leads to this clotting? It is related to endothelium or endothelial injury. So, as coronavirus leads to various cardiovascular complication, in addition to respiratory problems such as myocarditis and clotting in various vessels like brain, heart, leading to stroke. Now, this virus infects various cells using ACE2 receptors. Now, this ACE2 receptors, it is present in lungs, where it is present on pneumocytes. Now, the virus binds to this ACE2 receptor and causes various injury to these cells. Now, ACE2 receptor is also present in the endothelium, that is inner lining of the blood vessels. So, virus attaches to this ACE2 receptor in the blood vessels, so causing injury to this endothelial cells. So, the endothelial injury occurs. So, this virus causes apoptosis of the endothelial cells. Now, when there is endothelial injury, so the von Willebrand factor, which is present in the blood vessels, it is exposed to blood. So there is a activation of coagulation cascade, which leads to formation of clots in the blood vessels and leads to dysfunction of various organs. So this coronavirus binds to ACE2 receptors in the endothelium, causing injury to the endothelial cells, which leads to spasm of the vessels and occlusion of the vessels by formation of clots. Now, in conclusion, patient with endothelial dysfunction, that is, patients with diabetes, hypertension, etc., they have increased severity of coronavirus disease, and COVID-19 per se leads to endothelial dysfunction. So, COVID-19 exacerbates the endothelial dysfunction present in diabetics and hypertensives. So, it is hypothesized, means that it is not proved by confirmatory studies that improving endothelial dysfunction and blood flow will reduce the severity of COVID-19 in patients already having endothelial dysfunction and in the management of the patient who present atypically with COVID-19, like clots in brain or heart. So these are various factors by which we can improve endothelial health. That is, uh, we can improve the endothelial cell function so that nitric oxide is produced and the vessels remain patent and blood flow occurs to various organs. Now, this is exercise and weight loss. As obesity is a risk factor for severity in coronavirus disease, so weight loss is a factor which can improve the endothelial health and prevent severity in coronavirus disease. Second is stress reduction. Third is vitamin C. Vitamin C or ascorbic acid improves endothelial health and it is also a potent antioxidant as oxidative stress is also a important factor in endothelial injury. omega-3 fatty acids, which are present in fish, flax seeds, walnuts, etc. Soya protein, flavonoids, which are present in onions, green tea, berries, citrus fruits like orange. Now, various medication which are used in myocardial infarction or stroke or hypertension, they also improve endothelial function, which include aspirin, which is an antiplatelet which will prevent the platelet aggregation in the clots. Statins, by reducing the cholesterol, will lead to will improve dyslipidemia and hence improve endothelial health. Nitrates, they will dilate the blood vessels. Calcium channel blockers also relax the blood vessels. Now, for patients who are admitted to due to COVID-19 in the hospital, they may be given prophylactic low molecular weight heparin if it is not contraindicated due to any bleeding risk or thrombocytopenia. By giving prophylactically low molecular weight heparin, like as enoxaparin, we can prevent clotting in the blood vessels. Now, therapeutically, anticoagulation, that is giving low molecular weight heparin in BD dose or achieving a target APTT with unfractionated heparin. This should be done in patients who have D dimer, that is 2 times upper limit of normal. And choice of this anticoagulation depend on the treating physician, because there is this scanty evidence that it improves the outcome of the patient. So further studies are required to reach at a definitive conclusion that this uh, low molecular weight heparin or anticoagulation will improve the outcome of the patient. Secondly, the patient who have D dimer that is raised should be discharged on oral anticoagulant so that they do not develop clotting when they are discharged to home. So that is all. Thanks.